What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Yesterday, I ended up staying away from those games. I didn't bet anything, so nothing to report for myself. Vino, we did miss you. Did you get involved with anything? How you doing today?
I did, Skee. I had a split, but what you would call a profitable split yesterday because I had the Minnesota Golden State game over as the top play that did get there. And I did lose on the Atlanta Indiana game over the total, which I think in retrospect I probably should not have done. Indiana came to play a little bit of defense after being ridiculed widely about their one defensive scheme with Stephanie White, et cetera. So was a good split though because we had a bigger play on the Minnesota game and then opened the Canadian Football League season last night with a win in that game between Hamilton and Montreal. So 2-1 day before, 2-1. A little bit back on track with the W, Ski 3-1 last 2 days. So let's see if we can keep that going.
Let's keep it going. We're gonna start today in association, though. Or you know what? We'll do ladies first today. We'll do ladies first. How about that? We'll go Connecticut and Chicago. Opened up -7 down to 6. Total up from 162.5 as high as 165. For Chicago, you do have Gabby game time. Still no Dejanay or Sloot. For Connecticut, Burke is game time. Edwards is out. Um, yeah, it's starting to look like, just can't really trust this Sky team. I mean, they've lost what, 4 or 5 in a row, I think. And I just really don't trust them laying points. Connecticut, a little bit healthier now. You got Layla back, Griner's in the lineup. Should be able to keep it respectable. Any thoughts from you?
Understand the line move downward. I don't know if it's worth playing at this point in time. +7.5 seems a lot better than +6 or 6.5, and especially if Gabby Jaquez can go. I think we both had Chicago. I know I did the other night against Washington with the opinion that Cardoso and Azare could offset what Washington does well on the inside. That did not happen. Cardoso was on an island by herself, rebounding in that game. And I think she even blocked 5 or 6 shots. Azare doesn't look the same right now, but if Jaquez comes back, she is somebody who performs in all facets on the floor. So that would be a big plus for Chicago. For Connecticut, I said the other day, I don't play WNBA props, but boy, Anisha Morrow has been a double-double machine for them. And they seem to be getting back incrementally. That game the other night against Atlanta looks like a blowout, the final score. But with about 6 minutes left, Connecticut was within 3 points. It was like 68-65 with 6 minutes left in that game. And then Atlanta absolutely pulled away. So I thought early Connecticut would have been a play, but I'm going to sit and see if Gabby Jaquez plays because I think she is a difference maker for Chicago.
Mercury and Fire opened up -1.5 for the Mercury, flipped to -3 for the Fire. Total went down from 164.5 to 161. Looking at injuries. My bad, excuse me. Kalia Copper and Alyssa Thomas are both game time. Sammy Whitcomb is out. Nobody's on the injury report for the Fire. I can absolutely understand, if you're missing Kalia and or Alyssa, I mean, this Phoenix team has already been bad. I mean, are we expecting them to be better without those two? Absolutely not. So Fire play hard. They play defense. It'd probably be Mercury team total under for me in that one. If those two don't play, I can also understand, Fire winning this game. What do you think, Vino?
Yeah, I agree. You can still find 2.5s on Portland. Phoenix did open 1.5 here. And I said to you off air, Ski, I said I didn't understand how Phoenix was made the favorite over Portland. But I will say this. Power ratings wise, I know that I keep WNBA power ratings, and I just haven't been able to adjust Phoenix as low as I believe they should be rated, at least by eyes. Power ratings kind of go on margin of final result. And while Phoenix has been downgraded, when you watch them, you feel like, well, how do they still come up on the road as a favorite against Portland, who, when you watch them, you see a pretty good expansion team. So no Alyssa Thomas, no Copper, maybe not necessarily factual yet, but maybe. And neither one of them, we've said it 2 or 3 times on the show, Ski, they haven't looked like themselves. Claire Copper's been bad from 3-point range overall this season. I think her last game she did go 3 of 6, which is a little bit better. But if she's not in the lineup, like you said, you expect Phoenix to be any better without her or Alyssa Thomas? There's no shot they're any better. So for me, it would be Portland. I think at -2.5, which I'm looking now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 venues have 2.5s. The others have 3s. So you can still get a pretty good price on the Portland team here at home, which is like a college environment. It's like Golden State's environment when they're at home.
I agree. The last one for today in the W, Wings and Sparks open -2.5 for Dallas. Looks like two. Total went up from 176 to 178.5. Lee is game time. Coulier is out. Plum is game time. Plum is expected to play. From what I read, she was probable in this game coming back from, what was it, an ankle injury. Sparks, I mean, they figured out how to get back, as far as scoring the basketball. The Swings defense has been better, definitely better than what we've seen in the past, but they can also score the ball. I have a hard time thinking this is not a high scoring game. Um, Rather than picking a side, I think I would just trust buckets here. What do you think, Vino?
Yeah, it's not hard to twist my arm to trust buckets in games, especially like this one, Ski. And with Kelsey Plum back before she got hurt, she's been playing at an MVP level. Just a different looking Kelsey Plum this year. And like you say, LA has found ways to score points. Now, last game they did not, but again, you're in your third game without Kelsey Plum, a little bit difficult with her back. And with their defense still being as miserable as it's been the past couple of years. I remember after the first game, you were giving a quote from NECA who said, "This is not the way we do things around here when I was here." But it looks like it's going to be the way they do things when she's around this time. So I don't like the LA Sparks defense matchup against the Wings offense for sure. And I think, we're going to continue to make a big deal out of this. Jessica Shepard, Alana Smith, those two in this Dallas lineup now make a big, big difference. And Jessica Shepard really has made her presence felt. So for me, it would be over Ski. The Sparks games, I had said the other day, I feel like their baseline against anybody should be 174.5. When you're playing a team as potent as Dallas, I don't see why you can't get to 179. So I would look that way.
All right, we're in agreement. We'll move it on over to the NBA, where we have Game 2 of the Finals. Knicks versus Spurs opened up 5.5. Looks like 6.5. Total has gone up from 214 as high as 216.5. Mitchell Robinson is the only person on the injury report, and Spurs in a tough situation, losing that first game at home. They do have a chance to respond tonight. The Knicks, they, I mean, they played some good defense. Vino, there has not been a team that has been able to really slow down or almost shut down the Spurs transition the way that the Knicks did. Um, will they be able to do it again? Is the question. Will the Spurs shoot that poorly again? They shot what, less than 26% from three. That's a question. I don't think the Knicks had the greatest offensive game either. That could also improve too. One thing I do know is both teams usually do play with pace. Um, I do worry though here. It seemed like almost some of those possessions the Spurs were trying to play a little bit too fast and maybe took some shots that were not the best quality. I wonder if they try to slow it down or what their counter is here today. So I'm curious, Vino, especially on the total. Any thoughts from you on Knicks and Spurs?
Yeah, I thought the adjustment on the opener Ski down to 14 was a massive over adjustment to game one result. Couple of things here. Everything I read and hear from the Spurs is they want to play as quick as they played in the first half. They put up 55 points. To your point, there were some possessions where they were behind and almost like panicked and started to play super fast and got off bad shots. And you're thinking, where are you going? It's not out of reach yet. What are you doing? And maybe that's a sign of their youth, possibly. But I think that they want to play fast. They don't want to play against the Knicks half court defense. And listening to Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, who both said, "Man, we didn't even play any offense, and we won that game. Only got to and they got to 105 playing what they call no offense." I have to believe that the Knicks will score more this game. I think San Antonio will. One last thing I'll say, Skee, is De'Aaron Fox. And I'm glad it's been talked about because I thought maybe I was just on an island noticing it by myself, but he didn't look right. He missed a lot of shots that he generally makes. He's still playing with injury. And I believe that San Antonio is going to go more to Dylan Harper, which to me is more explosive for the Spurs. You have Harper, Castle, and Wemby on the floor at the same time with the 3-point shooters they can put around them, Champagnie and Vassell. I just like that lineup better. It's certainly a quick one. So I can understand this thing getting up to 216.5. Because I think there's going to be a little more pace. Or Spurs are going to play with the intention of going fast. And the Knicks, I tell you what, they don't believe they played their best offense. And I have to believe them because what we've seen out of them this postseason is and when they needed it, Skee, they got it. Third quarter, when they were down 14, they got it from Anunoby. They got it from Brunson in the fourth quarter when they got it from Towns in the third quarter. So I think I trust over 216.5 here, which is even. Now, I guess looking here at the closer, it was 216.5. It got bet down that low game one, but I think it'll make it over this time.
Yeah, that's I mean, we kind of agree on a lot of things there. Um, I do think they play a pace, regardless of anything else. They will continue to do that. So should shoot better for both teams. Should result in a higher scoring game. We shall see. Um, yeah, we'll wrap it up on that note. So before we do best bets, let's go ahead and throw up the promos we usually do here. Or let's look at what the buy three, get three free. 6 days comes out to just $69. Good way to check out either Rob Veno or myself. And I'm just gonna leave it like that, actually. Vino, I'm gonna pass it to you, ask you if there's anything else you would like to promote. Feel free. And if you have a best bet, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, no worries.
I like that promotion, Skee, so I'll double down on that. I like it because for me this weekend, as I mentioned earlier, the CFL started its season yesterday. It continues through this weekend, so we'll be in action in the CFL and the UFL, the United Football League, is into their semifinal round of the playoffs, where we'll be involved as well. So 2 forms of basketball, 2 forms of football, 6 days for the price of 3. I think I would endorse that promo from Wager Talk. As far as play tonight, best bet goes, I'll go back to the W, where we talked a little bit about Dallas and LA with Kelsey Plum coming back. I just see LA coming back at home here and getting to the 85 plus mark against Dallas, and Dallas probably exceeding that. So I think over, it's probably a little light here at 178.5. I'd expect it to get to 179 or better. For me, best bet's going to be Dallas, LA Sparks over 178.5.
All right, good stuff. For myself, I'm just sticking with my one bet that I have for tonight. I have a 5% best bet for game 2 tonight. And yeah, we've been doing good in the playoffs, 32-14. So I'm going to try to keep that going. I'll keep looking at WNBA, see if I add something. But as of right now, just one bet for myself. So that's how we will leave it. Vino, it was great to be back with you. Always appreciate you taking the time to break the games down with me. Chat, we appreciate you all as well. Best of luck, everybody, on all your action, and we will catch you all on Monday.